All right. Good morning. Good morning. I can't even talk today. Good evening, everybody. It's got to be all that stuff from early this morning still throwing me off. Welcome to Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. That is a fact. Seriously, as Mello would say, it's a fact. So I went off, and I hope everybody is doing really, really well today. Um, it's still hot as all get out. Okay, it's in the 90s, but I think they're talking about a spot shower today for us. But mainly Friday is when it's going to supposedly dump bunches so that it'll cool down about 10 degrees by Saturday. I hope so. That'd be really, really nice, all things concerned. Yeah, see, still hot out here too. Hopefully, maybe you'll get some nice system too. Too. I can't talk today. I don't know what the deal is. 92, 92. Jen says that is hot as fuck. That's right. Definitely, indeed. So, anyways, I first of all, I also want to thank everybody that showed up on the surprise late night stream last night. What a show! What a show! You guys helped to make that show too. Oh, look, Double D is here. Um, I realize after messaging you over the last week, I forgot that certain people were going to be visiting, like Mazzy and other sites. Forgot that you probably were not going to have time to do that. That in your work. Hey, understood. Understood. Thank you, Nick. Thank everybody here. So basically, we're just doing another one today. Um, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to do another 3 hour one, maybe two at least. I've got I got some things to talk about, and I pulled out some more stuff for everybody to take a gander at. I did go off and say that there was going to be some 80s hard rock, heavy metal type stuff. So that's some of your hint right there. But there's also other things I kept back. Um, no, I did not have time to cull any vinyl, but if other people have got stuff, we'll obviously show it. There's no problem with that, but I do have stuff to show nevertheless, and that'll be fine because, like I said, I was digging through boxes at 9 and 10 o'clock last night, and I'm just like, oh, I think everybody would like to see these. Some of these would make some decent talking points on some of it anyway. Um, but yeah, so I appreciate all the 6 people that are here. That is cool. And yes, we'll want to, excuse me a minute. We'll want to see it. Anyways, so we have new subs into the Psycho Network. Cat Cookie. You gotta like a name like Cat Cookie. I mean, come on. Cat Cookie and Tacticus Jones. All right. Cat Cookie and Tacticus Jones. Thank you for subscribing to the Psycho Network. We appreciate everybody here, and everybody that takes the time out to do things as well. I do not want to say too much, but I have been in communication with a particular person I know, and we have supposedly locked in September 4th. I just don't know when on Wednesday, September 4th. We're still trying to iron out the details, hoping by this weekend. And if everything goes right, it'll be the first music interview show for Psycho's Platters. I told you guys I was going to slowly get there. It just takes a while. If I was at least semi-retired, I would have a hell of a lot more time to devote to this show. There's a lot of retired people that have the time, and they obviously are going to have that time to make their shows better, to do all kinds of things. I just can't do that yet, obviously. So we'll go as we can. Um, I've said before we're shooting for maybe one a month for doing an interview show. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that's fair. Um, this guy here will be one of them. Me and him will iron details out down the line. Maybe Double D can be my October or November guest, because I'd like to have a full length on that. Also, I noticed that there's a lot of concerts still coming out. There's a lot of concerts coming to the neighborhood or nearby. All right. Well, I noticed one coming to Oklahoma, and the bill is a little odd to me, I think. Yeah, right. Yeah, you betcha. And I promise, if it's November, I am not going to ask you to get into a turkey outfit like Paul Simon for SNL. That will not happen on this show. Oh boy. Because even if that did happen, you may want to flip me the bird, you see. And I really don't. Whatever, right? But so there's this show, though, and the pairing I thought was odd in a way. Warrant and April Wine. Now I'm sitting here and I'm like, I like both bands. I do. All right. Obviously, we know that Warrant, Jenny Lane's been gone. Also, Jerry Dixon, the drummer, has taken a temporary leave, I am told. So you're down to 3 original members for Warrant. April Wine, on the other hand, which kind of surprised me because I was going, well, I didn't know until I did some research before I came on here that Miles Goodwin, who has been there in April Wine since day one, at least until late 22, because he was sick, basically passed away December of 2023. So all you have left in April Wine is Brian Greenaway, who, I hate to say it, is not an original member. He did not come in until late 1977. His first album is First Glance. Everybody else is pretty much new members. So once again, another band to chalk up to tribute band status. And, yes, that even counts if there's only one member. Now, saying that, does that mean that Oasis is a tribute band? No, that's different. I know. Some people are going to be going, well, how's it different? You know what? You guys can battle that out amongst yourselves. Yo ho ho, a rocker's life for me. Fact. That's right. Pirate Melody is here in the house. But yeah, so I thought I would tell you guys that I don't know. I mean, if it was coming to me, I probably would just go catch, if the tickets didn't cost a lot, I'd go catch Warrant and maybe a little bit of April Wine and leave, because I'm really not, I don't know, it just gets to the point. David, I worked on a beautiful Real Deal 1968 Les Paul Gold Top with P90s earlier. I'll ship it to you to hold until the heat dies down for theft. LOL. It's yo ho ho, ho ho ho, not to be confused with Yoo-hoo, which of course is a chocolate drink, or isn't a yo-ho, or is that also a yoo-hoo? Some kind of I don't know, hell, not a ding dong. I said ding dong. It was more along the lines of a
yo ho, a pirate's life for me. That's what it is. Come on, it's not that hard to get right.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're thinking of ho-hos.
Yeah. See? Yeah. So we can have yoo-hoo and ho-hos and it'd be a yo-ho-ho.
And super chocolatey.
That's right. You know what, though? I'm going to tell you something. The last time I had a Yoo-hoo, boy, it was disgusting. I remember
They
drinking
really
that stuff
are.
when I was
They
a
are
kid.
not as good as I remembered them being.
Yeah, and then nothing really is anymore.
Yeah,
Nothing.
because a lot of these brands have changed hands and they cheaped out and they suck now.
All of them, too.
Yep.
Fact.
Mm.
We were discussing, me and some friends of mine earlier this week, how funny we bring this up. The the great merits
Yeah.
of the 1970s and 80s of the Hostess fruit pies. Now, I'm telling you, they used to be damn good. And a lot of people, nowadays they'd be like, whoop-de twang, it's apple and cherry. No, 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 no. They've made them different
Twang,
now.
that's a new one.
Yeah, whoop-de twang. So the thing is that it was back in the 70s and 80s. They really were made better. So you had apple, cherry, blueberry, peach, strawberry, and blackberry, and the strawberry was a regional thing, and of course chocolate pudding pie. I said chocolate pudding, and
That was good.
oh yes, but as soon as I bring that up, some of you people out there are going to remember in the 90s and O's when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they had the green ooze
Yes,
pie.
I do, and I'm still
Very
traumatized.
disgusting.
They
So
looked moldy
disgusting.
even when they were fresh.
Yeah.
Like, I remember buying one, I couldn't even eat it. It was so nasty looking.
I would rather eat 10 sewer pizzas.
I think so too.
And don't ask me what a sewer pizza is, and maybe it's in Urban Dictionary. I just don't know. I really, really don't. So, you said that you happen to maybe have a book that it could be relevant.
Earth to Moon.
Oh, you got okay. I've heard about
It
this
literally
book.
just came today, so I haven't even started it yet.
Okay.
I fell down the rabbit hole of interviews with her the other night. I know she'd written a book, but I mean, I had watched one of the podcasts on Annabelle Jones's channel and everything, where she was kind of talking shit about her stepmom. We know which one. And in the related videos, it had Moon Unit Zappa talking about her upbringing and her new book, this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. There's a book, and it just came out. And then saw all these related videos of more and more interviews of her talking about the book, talking about her life. I'm like, I literally need to read this. So ordered it, came today, literally just like less than an hour ago. So oh, thank you.
Let's see. Mine isn't as. I mean, mine could be interesting on a different one. This was ordered, not exactly to give to me, but I'm the first one to look at it.
Yes.
Along with, I thought this was cute. My manager, if you will, she loves Temu. So not sponsored by Big Boy. Okay, I think that's kind of cool. But no, seriously, she ended up getting, and I don't know how she tripped on this damn thing, to tell you the truth.
Well, let's see.
It is from, let me see if I can get a year here. 2013, okay? It is Lords of the Sunset Strip, an autobiography by Blackie Dammit. Blackie Dammit is Anthony Kiedis's father.
No shit.
From, of course,
Red Hot Chili
Peppers. Of course, here's a nice back part of all of this, and like one of the things says, I did a double take when I saw 14-year-old Drew Barrymore at the bar, drinking with the Bukowski crowd, not Bukaki, Bukowski. She was adorable.
By the way, I did message him to tell him what it was.
Good. Spoke with a potty mouth and carried on as if she was in her 20s. I was straining to approach her, but backed off. I've been in enough trouble. The next time I looked, she was gone. A couple nights later, she reappeared, and in the same spot at the middle of the bar, entertaining the bartender. I pulled the trigger this time, and whatever I had to say, she bought. Other people basically go off and go, I'm eating your book. It's delicious. Fervent Shades of Jack Kerouac. That's kind of a high praise. It says Lords of the Sunset Strip is the brutally honest and hilarious memoir of actor and writer Blackie Dammit, aka John Cadis, who happens to be the father of Red Hot Chili Pepper Anthony Cadis. It says here, sat mostly in Hollywood, but with multiple national and worldwide excursions for film shoots, love affairs, and drug deals. This tell-all provides an unexpectedly candid book at an actor's transition from a wild man with a dream to a sensitive, if unconventional, parent with a dream. And of course, there were the women. New girls were always replenishing the scene. Dammit towed his young Red Hot Chili Peppers with him through a torrent of sex-fueled parties, auditions, and business deals in Hollywood, New York, and London. It's an exhilarating, exhausting, and romantic journey. It had a profound and ineffable influence on Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Anthony, quote, Lord of the Sunset Strip, will no doubt have a similar influence on its readers as well. It's simply the biggest, baddest, boldest tale of Hollywood and rock and roll ever written. So yes, this
really
would be.
intriguing.
I know. Let's see.
What's the title of it again?
It is called Lords of the Sunset Strip.
I'm gonna add that to my Goodreads list.
From Blackie Dammit. Let's see if I can find a picture or two in this book. Okay. Well, I guess we can call this a family photo, if you will. It says here Tony, Peggy, and Blackie. Just look at that license plate, damn it. Of course. And yeah, that's in front of the chapter 11 of UCLA. So I'm like, oh boy. Let's see. Candy and Tracy Guns. Candy and I were together forever. She is the mother of my son, James.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be lots of very interesting, strange little fun, I think, anyway, on that. So Moon Unit, Zappa, and Blackie Dammit. William's here. Yes, hello, hello, hello. And James, too. Yes. I'll tell you, I don't even think I slept for 4 hours. That was on me, of course. This morning, I was just like, oh boy, it was quite interesting to try to stay awake. I'll say that much. And but yeah, hi John, hello, all that other stuff. Link if Mister Yoho Rock Pirate wants to come up, or anybody else. I did alert everybody in the VC Justice League. We'll see what happens on all of that. Like I mentioned, I really did not have any vinyl finds today, but I have a lot of, well, cassettes and CDs and such.
Well,
continuation.
It's still physical media.
Yes, and we'll be, of course, briefly talking about a great 60s group that, well, I don't know, they kind of have gone by the wayside. But when I found this thing, it was really nice. So, today we have a very strange title. We always have a strange title when it comes to me. War Babies Bitch at the Circus of Power. Now, maybe you guys will figure this out, especially the back end of that title. But it's just basically a combination of damn finds that I came up with. Hang on a second. And we have little notes here. So we're going to pull this back up a second. All right. War Baby Bitch at the Circus of Power. Now, I don't get too many cassettes unless it's stuff that I just cannot find on a vinyl or CD, or maybe vinyl wasn't put out in the US. This is one of them. Now, I know you can't quite see this really well, but it is War Babies. All right. It is from 1992. It's the only album before they disbanded in 93. They were formed by former TKO, and TKO was a decent 80s band, okay? They don't get brought up too much. But former TKO singer Brad Sinsel. Now, like I said, this is the only album. This is on Columbia Records, but two of the songs, Hang Me Up and Cry Yourself to Sleep, co-written by Paul Stanley of Kiss, who
Mhm.
Sinsel called rude and disrespectful during the writing sessions.
Interesting.
So on to set War Babies. So we go from, so you know the War Babies part. Now, of course, this might be kind of easy, but Bitch. Yeah, there was an 80s band named Bitch. This
Oh,
one here is called A Rose by Any Other Name. This is from June of 89.
and the
This was
name
an
is Bitch.
EP. Yes, and the name is Bitch. And this was put out on Enigma, which of course Enigma had very strange, I mean, they did have strange signings sometimes. Um, like, well, Striper was the biggest one of them all, but I mean, they went all over the place. Well, Bitch originally was signed. They were the first act to be signed for Metal Blade Records back in late '81. They got formed in late '80, so a year later, lo and behold, they get signed by Metal Blade. This is the last recorded output. Still, June of '89, Betsy Weiss, who was the only female member of the band, is the only OG member, and she still tours from time to time. And then we get to the last part of this. Yes. Circus of Power's Magic and Madness. Now, Circus of Power, during the MTV Headbanger Ball years, I remember Call of the Wild. That was a big hit off of, they did like 2 albums for RCA. But you see, the thing is, RCA did not know how to handle metal. They never knew how to handle metal. Let's face it. Let's go with, for example, 70s examples of Scorpions and Judas Priest and that kind of. They didn't know how to deal with that. Even in the 80s, they couldn't deal with that. And for several different bands, Gene Simmons with his Simmons Records imprint partnered with RCA. Circus of Power was one of those acts. Autograph, if I remember correctly, was an RCA signing, okay? And that surprised me that they even had, well, they only had one hit, didn't they? One we all know. But this, like I said, this band formed in '87 in New York, broke up in '95, and came back in 2014. This came out in 1993. It'd be the last album until December 2017. Alex Mitchell, the singer, is the only OG member that is still in Circus of Power. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the solving of the War Babies Bitch at the Circus of Power.
Very cool. Hang
Yes, I
on,
love
I'll
me
be
some
right
hair
back.
metal.
I have to reset my router real quick. I'm on mobile
You
data
do
on my
that.
phone right now, but I realized,
Oh,
oh
okay.
shit, we have no. Oh, wait, unless it's coming back right now. Hold up. Wait.
Sounds like my internet.
Normally mine's good. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the heat is screwing with it, actually.
Maybe.
There's no internet. Okay, I have to go reset that. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I've always liked hair metal, heavy metal, at least since it came on the scene. Headbangers Ball, of course, was a very, very big learning tool for me. I said tool. And I used to watch that every Saturday night, at least they started, I think, at '87. I think Headbangers did. I can vouch for at least like all to the end of the '80s. I remember watching that every Saturday night. I'd go get my booze and just sit there and watch till, well, the early hours of the morning. That's what I think they were on. What, till like about 1-2 o'clock in the morning? I don't know, but still. So I always learned a lot of stuff. Had the piece of paper, by the end table, so that I could go off and write stuff like, oh, okay, got to get this album, got to get that album, and stuff like that. One I will show you that I think is actually kind of interesting. I never came across this exactly, but there used to be a big, I don't know if it's a management company or what we want to call it, but Concrete, which also had a magazine at one point or another. Okay, so this here says Concrete Forum 89 CD from Hell. This is a promo only piece. This is a double CD. Okay. And yeah, Jen's going to reboot. So this will just be me for a few minutes. So let me tell you. Okay, I want to get out of this. Why are you not letting me out of this? I'm trying to get out of this. Oh well. Maybe we'll get it figured out. Maybe when she comes back, then I can kick it back onto things. So you had two discs on this thing, and so disc one, DAD, okay, Disneyland After Dark was really what DAD was. So you've got a Film of Hell, track two, Cats in Boots, which was an EMI sighting. I never heard of them. Shotgun Sally, track three, Toy Roz, which was on BG Records, Sexy Little Devil. Track four, The Front, which they were on Columbia with Pain. Track five, Lord Tracy, which was an MCA signing with She's a Bitch. Yeah, we've said bitch a few times today, haven't we? Track six, Brighton Rock, which was a Canadian band through Warner. Can't Stop the Earth from Shaking. Track seven, Def Con with Cold Hearted. Track eight, Alien from Virgin Records. Tears Don't Put Out the Fire. That was typed weird. Track nine, Babylon AD, which was an Arista signing at the time. Hammer Swings Down. Track 10, Fate's Warning. Metal Blade Enigma, Through Different Eyes. Track 11, Sabotage with Gutter Ballet. Track 12, Bad Brains with The Quickness. 13 is Sleaze Bees from Sanctuary Music with Screwed, Blued, and Tattooed, which sometimes I felt like that. That is for sure. At least especially when I was younger. Track 14, Joy Thunder, which were unsigned. There's a handful of unsigned bands. It's like I said, you're talking 89 here. So Joy Thunder with Hard Love. The Stand with Love is the Reason. And finishing off on disc one, Potential Threat with Rich Bitch. Okay, hold on a minute. I watched 100. I used to watch that too, Lucky. I know obviously 90s show, right? But when I got married again and got busy with kids, I didn't get to watch MTV so much, but I would do the best I could. What's up, my guy? Met you at a record. Oh, so you probably met me at either Siren Records or Final Frontier, because that's the two that are in McHenry. Well, I'm glad that you landed in the universe here. And I was gonna say Damon Berryhill, wasn't that the catcher for wasn't that the catcher for the Chicago Cubs at one point? Damon Berryhill? Sounds close. Bad Brains quit. See, yeah, and like I said, got from this, that is for sure. All right, why can I not? Okay. All right, I don't know. This thing's giving me issues. Maybe it's stuck. It was Vinyl Frontier. Okay. Yay. Yeah, I haven't been to McHenry since 2020. I really want to go back up there, but it's just not going to happen this year. I got a lot of I got a lot of fun stuff to do when I get back up there. Go to those record stores. I want to do a record crawl in through some of the Chicago suburbs, maybe with some people. We'll gather some people up together, and I also want to go to the new Hard Rock in Rockford, of course, where I saw pictures and some very cool stuff in that Hard Rock. Cheap Trick, Rick Nielsen donated to the Hard Rock in that location a bunch of Cheap Trick related stuff. So fun there, indeed. Let's see. Oh boy. I'm going to do this here. I do not know why I am stuck in a solo layout. This is very, very odd. Oh, yeah, duh. I know why. I'm such a dumbass. Because there's nobody else on here. You'll have to excuse me. I took a nap earlier. No wonder why I can't get out. So let me finish with this. Don't get too bored, okay? Okay, got it reworking, coming back in. Good. Disc 2, Faith No More. Now remember, this is 89. Faith No More with Falling to Pieces. Track 2, Shotgun Messiah was Shouted Out. Track 3, Michael Schenker Groove Save Yourself. Track 4, King Diamond with Sleepless Nights. Track 5. Yay,
Okay,
she's
trying
back.
again.
Yay.
Sorry about
Track,
that.
it's all good. Track 5, Damn Cheetah, which is unsigned with Damn Cheetah. Track 6, Loudness with You Shook Me. 7 is Suicidal Tendencies with Master of No Mercy. 8 is Stage Dolls, which was a Chrysalis signing with Wings of Steel. 9 is Faster Pussycat with Poison Ivy. 10 is an unsigned band named Rude Awakening with Live Life. 11 is Metal Church with Unsound Mind. 12 is Mordred with State of Mind. 13, Power Mad with Nice Dreams. 14 is Dirty Blonde with Passion. And lastly, Cherry Rocket, another unsigned, with Lonely. 1989, Concrete Marketing and Management. They used to put out a magazine, and they would sometimes have sampler cassettes, which I always thought
Whoa.
was cool. And it says, for promotional use only, not for sale. So, yeah, hair metal,
Use
and
my ass.
heavy metal, and it's fun right here. I love all that stuff. I do. That has been, I cannot get enough of that kind of stuff. And of course, we supported our locals. I mean, not too many of them made it out. I've brought up Holland was one. Enough's Enough, of course. They were the one, probably one of the biggest ones to break out. Trouble is another great doom band. Oh my God, I love. I don't have enough Trouble to be honest with you. I think I only got like 1 or 2 cassettes or CDs. That's it. I need to get the whole damn catalog eventually. All viewers, name your favorite Oasis song. Mine is "Don't Go Away." That's a good song.
I'm still too new to Oasis to actually give a favorite to anything yet. I only just heard Oasis for the first time like a night or 2 ago. So
I hate to say this, but it's probably going to be. Listen, I did own an album or 2, but it's been so long since I've heard it, so I'm still going to have to go with either Wonderwall or Champagne Supernova because I do love both of those songs. I think they're really good. The band Fear did Fear come from Illinois? I mean, I know that I thought they were LA. Maybe I'm wrong. I just remember several different things. Fear ended up, I think they were in part of the soundtrack for Neighbors, which was the last movie with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd together, and also Belushi making an appearance in the mosh pit and the SNL episode where Fear is the musical guest. You barely see Belushi, and he's sitting in there, and they didn't even make it past one song because everything was going crazy. They're like, cut to commercial, and they never came back. They were banned from Saturday Night Live.
by the way, given how long it took to get the internet working again, what was the name of that book one more time? Because now I got the website working to put it into.
That would be Lords of the Sunset Strip by Blackie Dammit.
Got it. Thank you.
I can't wait to read this. I love reading all. My God, I've got all kinds of books that I'm so behind. I'm in the middle of course, the Jim Henson. I've read a few more pages since we talked about the Ringo Affair. Also, I have an interesting Ringo story too, but not with Jim Henson, but SNL. At this point now, and I forgot about this. Okay, so the special Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, which when that originally came out, they couldn't get major networks to air it in the United States. It was
For what
some
reason?
new, I don't know. They just couldn't do it. And you'd think, being that the Muppet Show was already had its first successful season by the time Emmett gets popped out. And so this cable channel called Home Box Office grabs it and they run it. Eventually, it does
For
go
home
to
box
major.
office?
Yeah. So good old HBO was in one of their, they started in the mid 70s. So that was actually one of their things. And I thought that's quite interesting. But what I also thought was kind of interesting is that not only about the Emmett Otter, but the Muppet movie, which I'm still in the middle of, that took almost 3 months to film that. And there's some crazy scenes that I found out about.
So if it
Especially,
gets mentioned in that book, when it gets to the filming of Follow That Bird, let me know anything interesting about it because film still holds a special place in my heart.
oh, I like that movie. That's a good one. I haven't seen that since
It
it
made me
probably came
cry super hard as a
out.
little kid, but at the same time, I
Oh.
love it so much.
So Paul Williams ended up being a friend of Jim Henson. And the first time they worked together was Emmett Otter. And then the Muppet movie, which of course, Rainbow Connection, one of my favorite damn songs ever. What I
Same.
didn't know was that whole scene, the credit scene going into the, firstly, they did some new tricks that I guess were never done with cinema in that time. That'd be 77, 78. Secondly, I can't believe this. They brought in real trees from Georgia. Now, this is California they're
Trying to make
shooting this.
that swamp scene? Okay.
Yes. So they put real Georgia trees and then they fill this thing, if you will. So you've got the boat and you've got Kermit. So imagine that there is this chamber under the water you can't see. It's Henson in it, and he's cramped up like this. He's got a monitor,
Got it.
and
Got it. I was trying to figure out what are you talking
yeah, there was some type of diving bell. They lowered it so that he could, and he was stuck in there, like for 3 hours. He was doing
Oh
his
my
thing.
god.
He's watching it to make sure. They always did monitors. That's how they were so professional. So he's doing this. So imagine he's stuck in this thing underwater, and his kid was there one day watching all of this, and he was really scared for his dad because he's
I
like,
bet.
uh-oh. And so he's like doing the whole little thing. And then when the whole thing was done, they bring up the whole chamber back up to the surface and get Henson out. And it took him an hour or two to try to get himself unstuck from that position so he could walk. I'm just like, the things you do for your craft. So yes, Fraggle Rock.
Oh my god, I love Fraggle Rock. And thanks, it took now the song's in my head that quick.
And also HBO. Yeah, an HBO product too back then.
Well, when I was little, they were showing it on PBS, actually.
That maybe it got transferred over, but I know that somehow they were on. Here, I did laundry and had Mexican food with Lee Ving. Oh, it was on a work tour. That's pretty. I bet you there was a bunches of stories on that. So the Ringo story that I've got, and there's a great little channel here on YouTube that talks. They talk about Saturday Night Live, and they go season by season, and they just focus. So they did that. They one of the newer episodes is the 84-85 season. And so in December of 84, Ringo hosts SNL. And I barely remember this, okay?
I've only seen a tiny couple little clips of it.
Mm-hmm. And so one of the, one of the scenes is there's a Beatle-related auction happening.
Yeah.
And they go, all right, our last item up for bids. And they wheel him in on a dolly and push him up there, like Hannibal Lecter, except without all that. And he sits there in the gray suit from like 64.
Oh my God.
And he's just sitting there and he goes, Ringo Starr. Martin Short was the auctioneer, and he goes, he's still in very good condition. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, he's just sitting there. I don't know how he just managed to not. Yes, and so here's what the story I found out about that Ringo episode. So I used to read about how they would construct a new episode, and I mean, it was rapid fire. Every day had, well, by Wednesday of that week, they had to rewrite the whole damn episode.
Uh-oh, how
Because
come?
none of there was no explanation. I'm assuming because it sucked. And so, so if that when you guys watched it back in 84, if it came off a little lackluster, or gee, these people don't really sound that prepared, it's because they rewrote it starting on Wednesday and Thursday and blocked it on Friday.
I don't really remember it. It was a year before I was born.
The first Beatle-related moment for SNL for me, of course, saw it live with the George Harrison thing like I talked about. But another one that I remember and I thought was just so damn cool, 1980, Father Guido Sarducci in front of Paul McCartney's house. And he throws the stones. And then finally Paul and Linda come out. And that's how they're like, well, I got a new video. It's called Coming Up. And they go right into it. And I'm going. I'm like, yeah, that was the first time it was ever aired. Was that SNL? Wow. And I'm like, I like this damn thing. I said, and that's what made me buy the album was just that song. Yeah. And
to be fair, that song was one of the only songs on that album, but
yeah.
Any minute Richard Dolan will come up here to fight me.
Thank God that Paul put that out when he did, because of course, who was listening to it but none other than Lennon listening. And he's like, what the hell? And he's like, how do I? And that's what helped him to push to come back, believe it or not. Right. Was hearing that on the radio. He's like, oh, I think I could do better. And I'm going. And you do it. You do it, buddy. You do it. Yeah, that was epic when Father Guido Sarducci asking all about the pop bust. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I'm telling you, that one of the dumbest moves. Dumbest. And
no kidding. Yes. But the fact that he took the fall from this so she wouldn't have to be one in prison, that is noble of him. But I still agree.
But she was a liability. Move. She was a liability.
The first time he was arrested for pot. It's just the only one anyone ever talks about. Look, he was arrested several times for pot.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Especially in the 70s. But I'm just like, but she was a liability. And in essence, of course, there's rumors going around. Was it intentional? Was this their way of trying to get out of having to do touring? Was it they didn't want to deal with Wings anymore? I'm sitting there going, so help me God.
I haven't heard of these before, but I mean, it does raise some interesting questions, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it's like, could it have possibly been intentional? And if that's the case, you're rolling the dice big, because
the prison things were from Japan, It got away for decades.
Yes, and I mean, let's face it. I mean, he got 2 because Paul came back on in the 90s, which of course that Chris Farley. My God, I love Chris. But is like, he's like, I'm so stupid, and I'm just like, and I love where he goes, it's all right, Chris, go ahead, and I'm going, and what was it? Because it was Valentine's Day, I think, around that time, because Adam Sandler was doing the song Red Sweatshirt. And really quickly, you see towards the audience, and he's like, I went in red sweatshirt. And McCartney just goes, boom, boom, boom. Just going,
and doesn't Linda go Shamalama Ding Dong or something? Or am I thinking something else?
Yeah, Ding Dong sweatshirt. See, but but here's the thing, right? So I'm just throwing things out that I have heard, okay? This is not concrete. And then the rumor, was it true? Was it not true? That when Paul called the Globe that he was going to be in the presidential suite which is where John and Yoko would stay when they'd be going over there. And Yoko kind of was like, did she call in a favor? Because they
Oh.
kind of knew. And Lennon supposedly denied it. Supposedly on tape, there's some tape, and he finds out the news, and he's like shocked. And that's why I'm sitting here and I'm going, interesting little story and a theory, but I don't know if that would be entirely true.
Yeah.
I'd like to think it wasn't, but if it was, boy, how
But it's kind of fun to think about how
douchey
much
on
drama.
both parts. Yeah. I mean, how douchey on both parts. It's
And then
like,
it raises that many more questions. Had Lennon lived longer, how much douchier would they have gotten back and forth?
oh, yeah, I could.
I think,
Oh,
especially had that been intentional, had he survived, this could have gotten real ugly back the other direction too. I don't know how. I don't know what exactly
exactly.
he'd have
Oh,
done, but it's
yeah.
John. Come on, he would have done some.
Payback is a bitch, I'll tell you. And I
Especially when
mean,
you're dealing with John Lennon. So.
so I've heard different sources during those 5 years of his house husbandry. Okay.
Right.
And was he still on the horse? Hopefully not. Uh, I know he definitely was. He did that
Right.
all of the rest of the 70s, I am told. Many witnesses can vouch for that,
Like,
say for it.
supposedly he was off the H,
Well, I hope
but yeah,
so. But
he was definitely smoking. I believe he was still drinking, but beyond that,
yeah.
I'm not sure. I mean, he was awfully damn skinny, but there's a bunch of
Hmm.
different things that could have contributed to that. So
Mm-hmm. Well, and then what was it? There was also somebody else, I can't remember who, that brought up, and I mean, this could be true, but a little bit of a stretch, is that if Lennon survived, what probably would have taken him out, they say, is the cancer sticks because he would smoke those gitanos from France,
yep,
which were extremely powerful cigarettes, and he was hooked with that shit. And I'm like, so, gee, would he have pulled a George Harrison by the
I have
late
a
80s
feeling
and have lung
probably
cancer?
either that or somewhere else in his body. But yeah, I could have seen it easily being that for how hard he was on his body.
Speaking of Zappa, that damn episode is
I know
comedy
he
gold.
was on SNL. When was this?
Oh, you got to watch the I am the slime bit. And
Oh
I
my
love it
god!
because he turns the blackboard, Zappa does, and he's got a pointer and he's pointing at the words, and Don Pardo is reading the thing as he's pointing to him. And I'm just going, I love it. And then there's the monitors
I see it.
that the
Okay, I'm
audience
keeping
could
it up in a
see.
background tab for later.
So the monitors that the audience could see, okay, there was slime really coming out of the monitors. There was dripping, and I'm going, oh, that's pretty
Die.
damn good. And then there was some trickery, like some negative positive type film. And I'm like, that's pretty damn cool for the horse. And
He's trying to not get demonetized.
yeah, those two. Oh yeah. Not that it matters. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, you my 21 lovely people in here, if you're so inclined, under my video description to the right, there will be a three dot. If you feel like it, kindly click on it. Click on Super Chat. Donations go to music for future episodes and better equipment. It's true. It is true. It's or as John
It's
Kurt
cool.
Angle
It's
would go. It's true. It's true. But yeah, I mean, Yoko and John being, they're all, and I'm just going, oh my God, whatever. Um, but yeah, so that's some of the Beetle type stuff. But yeah, Zappa, I am the slime. You're gonna get a kick out of that one. I know you will. They play
because I
more
love the
than
song
that.
itself. So I'm just like, oh, I did not know this
And that
existed.
band was a really good band. I mean, I want to say, I could be wrong on this, but I think Terry Bozzio,
Oh,
I think
Buzio,
maybe
I
was
love
drumming.
him.
Yeah, I mean, Zappa had so many good quality people, but and
I was so
just
happy
they
Bozio showed up to do a guest appearance when I saw Zappa play Zappa. He wasn't even a planned guest, and he showed up. I was like, oh my god, I lucked out just by chance.
I'll tell you something, and I think if Donna Joe Cat Lady is watching this, one of my regrets, I guess, is Dweezil did come down here in January or February 2020 to the same place that we saw Nectar in March. And the meet and greet was reasonable. The sound check, because I bumped into a buddy, a future friend of mine, Tony, and he was like, "You should have been here." He goes, he played obviously a lot of Zappa stuff, but he also played stuff off of Shut Up and Play Your Guitar, Having a Bad Day, all kinds of stuff. And I think it's funny, at least, that Dweezil looked up to Eddie Van Halen more than his dad. But and then again, that's
common
kind of
with the rock
funny.
star kids I've found, though. That's really common. That they'll adore
Yeah.
somebody who's not their parent is like their favorite.
Zach Starkey and Keith Moon.
Stella McCartney and Davy Jones.
That's right. That's right. Our friend here is still trying to. I think everybody must be having a bad internet day, so I can understand. Fact. I want to know the real no kidding, right?
Elliot Mint.
I think we all would like that. Oh, they have the full episode on Paramount. So if you've got Paramount streaming, yes. Rachel Flowers played with Dweezil Zappa. I've heard that name. I'm
not sure where.
I'm going to get some more coffee. Nicely talk to my people, our people.
Okay. The chat is fairly quiet today. Give me something to respond to. I'm looking at it the whole time here. But yeah, I'm definitely going to look up that SNL episode. I'll probably show it to my dad, too, if he hasn't seen it. Because Live from the Video is his favorite Zappa song of all time. I'm kind of babbling because I don't know what else to say with nothing outside. So, Rachel Flowers is a blind musician that plays keyboards, guitar, flute. She is an ELP Keith Emerson fan. Okay. I might know who that is offhand. A lot of his band were on that episode. Ooh, okay. Yeah, even from the thumbnail, it looks like a lot of them are. Don't believe how good she is. Let me pull that up in a background tab too. Flowers. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've seen her before. Now that I see the face, I'm like, I know exactly who this is. Okay. I'm not sure if Paul will from that, but I definitely do. Yeah, I don't want to get him pinged for copyright, or I'd hit play right now, but be like, we can all watch it together, but I want to make Paul mad at me. Be real, he couldn't be mad at me. Wait, what we got? One of these titles I'm not recognizing, but maybe if I scroll back further. Well, still go on a deep dive later, nonetheless. Okay, check out Lindsay Sterling. Okay. Lindsay Sterling. Let's see. Oh, she's cute, whoever she is. Let's see. Oh, another violinist? Cool. All of the thumbnails look very disjointed from one another, though, I have to admit. Yay, Paul's back.
Lindsay Sterling, I see. She either just came through the Walmart amp here in town, or she's coming here. Okay, so I'm pretty.
What timing?
Yeah, I'm pretty ignorant on a lot of this new stuff. I just
She's
heard,
from
but I
America's
haven't.
Got Talent. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. I just heard of a person, and there already is controversy already with this person, Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter! Oh my God, what about her?
Okay, so Sabrina, there is, and this is gonna. I'm sorry, this is gonna get me confused. That you could purchase or could have purchased. There would have been a signed insert or something. There was autograph related. It turned out that one of the things appeared to be auto penned. So one kind was auto penned. The other one was real. actually, and they
And I'm sure they
explained the
cost them
source.
very soon for both.
Jeez.
That's bull crap.
Mm-hmm. That would piss me
You
off
don't
to
need
no
to get
end.
the
I tried to go see her at Newark, and her prices were $600.
That is crazy.
James, listen, I'll tell you, I've had people ask me, would I fork over for it? No, there's nobody. You know what? If the monkeys were still alive and it was all four of them,
Still no.
and yeah, I hate to say
And
it's
it
still no, and they're my favorite band.
and it included a meet and greet private.
If it included a meet and greet, I'd pull the trigger. I would. ELP, go get the drugs.
Stuff like Greg
Paul,
likes
do you think you
six
had
somewhere.
more autographs than records? No, I don't think so. Actually, I've got. Well, wait a minute. Ah, shit. No. I mean, I've got. Let's see, signed records, signed cassettes. I got a couple. I've got bunches of signed CDs. I showed things last night from that collection. How funny! This was not intentional. Yanni was 600. Shit, no.
Damn.
Fuck that. So that's funny because I wasn't expecting this. I found this bag and I'm like, what the hell is this?
And it was a bag full of
So
yogurt. Whoa.
this was used. Now I have to say
Yeah.
something in case you people don't know about this.
It's fake.
Jesus, don't. No, oh no, it's real. I got this from the back in 05 from Foreigner. I also have a signed Mick Jones CD too, so this was pretty cool. But no, I found out some news last night. Okay, I actually this morning after the broadcast that last night, Jason Bonham had to leave the Best of Both Worlds tour with Sammy Hagar. It turns out that the Rogers, Arkansas concert was the last one he did for this tour because his mom is like, I guess, deathly ill.
Oh.
So, in other words, John Bonham's, ex.
Well, now I don't feel right making my stupid joke I was gonna make. Damn it.
What was the joke?
The second you said Best of Both Worlds tour, I thought you were talking about Hannah Montana.
Oh Jesus! I'm hiding behind here now. So I want to get a shadow box eventually, although it'll be a very large shadow box with a picture of Jason and John. And but as you see, of course, he's got Daddy's logo with the 3 rings right there. Now, Eric Singer from Kiss, of course, the fake Catman. But you know what? He was a
real guy, isn't it?
He is a real guy. He's a kick-ass drummer. He got started with Lita Ford, went to Black Sabbath for a little while, and if I remember correctly, I think he was in. Was he the one that drummed in Union with Karabi and Bruce Kulick? I could be wrong on that. And then, of course, he was with them from 1992 to 95 or 91 to 95, 92 to 95. So Revenge, Alive 3, and Carnival of Souls. And I can't remember if he actually drums on Psycho Circus on a track or two. I know that Bruce did. Well, I do actually have some signed baseball cards, but not as much as I used to. And that was because, I'm not going to lie, I sold most of my baseball card collection, signed and otherwise, because I thought that my wife at the time was going to have to go to jail. I'm not getting into that story. That's a 90s story, and I don't remember all the details. Anyway, James is asking, Jen, do you have either Liza or Judy Garland on?
Yeah. I saw that. Okay, hold on. If I can find that, I'll grab them. I'm not sure if they're worth it. But I have several Liza.
Black Oak, Arkansas. This is I'm the one who
Well,
sold this to me was a former roadie in the 70s and who left I want to say by like 75, 76. But this is pre 1972 ish because it does have Wayne Squeezebox Evans on there. And basically, it is the OG lineup of Black Oak. I did, I didn't have to pay a ton for it. I asked a few questions. I always ask questions before I buy things because anybody could fake anything nowadays. But I bought that
well,
about 20 plus years ago, actually. And most of
yeah.
them are dead now. So, yeah. So, what,
So they're not where they're.
Liza or the Judy Garland?
I'm Liza. Um, they're not where they're supposed to be. I have a rough idea of where they are, but I don't feel like digging for them. But I
Mm,
have two CDs that are autographed by her. I have one that's the DVD of Liza's at the Palace that's autographed by her because I got one of her dancers to sign it for me, given that I tried on a dozen different occasions in New York City to meet her after those shows to get it, to get anything signed, and couldn't meet her once in all of those tries. And they felt so freaking bad for me that when the DVD came out, one of them actually got her to sign it for me. So
wow.
I have that, and I have a
Wow.
third draft of Arthur that's also signed by
Oh,
not just
geez.
her, cast of that. So you
Nice.
would not
Very, very
believe
nice.
the stupid amount of Arthur memorabilia I have because I'm like the only person on the planet who gives a shit.
I'm going to admit that is extremely unique. I'm serious
Yeah,
about
see, if
that.
I'd had 9 grand laying around when that auction happened a few years ago, I would have bought her waitress dress from Arthur.
Wow.
But I
Wow.
did not, so I missed out on that one. But I do have the white jacket that she wears at the end of the movie.
What the hell? Shit. James,
Whoa! When did
James
she
Metro
live?
Gray. Wow. I remember.
Relevant.
Yes, and Joel Gray, I'm not gonna lie, I would not even know who the hell Joel Gray was if it wasn't for Carol Burnett and that show and
Really?
having him on a handful of times. Yes, and I think Joel was very talented. I do.
He was and still is. He still acts.
Oh wow, he's still alive, huh? Let me
Yeah.
throw something out because you went off and brought up about the Arthur script. So
Yeah.
today, I don't know if you saw this. It was on Facebook on one of the monkeys groups. I can't remember which that someone is selling 15 of the monkey scripts.
Oh
These
shit.
were these were show worn, and he's just trying, and he wants three, maybe 3,500 for 50. And I'm like, oh, man, you know what? If you would sell them piece by piece,
Yeah, if they
I
would do
would
it
love
that
to have
way, we
one.
could manage this.
I would love to have one. That would be like for me. That'd be an ultimate collectible. Obviously, signed to be beautiful, but I always wanted a script. I never had
Yeah.
that chance ever. Like I said, the closest thing. Oh
Well, I
boy,
have one.
Jennifer Grey.
And she also worked with Liza, so because she was in West Side Waltz with her.
But the closest thing, excuse me, that I ever got, and I'm not going to lie, I don't know where it's at, but I do have it. Um, so everybody's of course talking about Oasis, but one of Jessica's favorite bands was Bush. She had a hard on for Gavin Rosdale, okay? And I'm just like, we ended up seeing Bush, I think like about a year and a half before she died. So I mean, we got to go and see that, and she was just so happy as all get out. But there was this regular dealer. They used to have baseball card shows and memorabilia shows at the mall that is dying. And so, but this guy was a semi-regular, so I knew who this guy was, and he would occasionally bring things, and he had this binder, and we talked about just autographs and things in pop culture, and he goes, "Well, hold on a minute." He goes, "Why don't you take a look at this?" And he pulls the binder, and I'm flipping through, and I'm almost at the end, and I stop, and I'm going, uh-huh. I'm like, how much will you do for this one? I don't have a lot of money, but this would make a great birthday present for my wife. Their birthday's coming up later in the week. And it was a nice price. And I'm like, fair. Gave him the money, took the thing with me, and I went off and I said, I have your birthday present, dear. And what I did was I took a mailer and wrapped it up in birthday wrap. She goes, this is kind of odd. I go, oh, you just wait. So she opens it up and she's like, what the? Pulls it out. It's a cue sheet from the American Music Awards, the Video Music Awards, the Dick Clark show from the 90s. Okay, I don't remember what year. The page has the description, the cues for how to run things. And on this page, Bush is scheduled to appear at the award show. That's in there. They haven't fucking signed it.
Wow.
She went ape shit. And she's like, oh, the hugs and kisses and other things. Yes. But yeah, so that's the only time. It wasn't scripts, but I mean, it was.
Yeah, so, I've only got 2 scripts. I've got for both Arthurs, but the second Arthur, it's not signed for that one. So.
When you get caught between the moon and New York
Hey, that song has sold me on it immediately. So
you need to get Christopher Cross's autograph because he's on it.
Yeah.
Mr. Gwen Stefani, that's right. A lot of people don't know Christopher Cross actually has a very interesting start in music. So for one night, he is a guitarist for Deep Purple.
Oh.
When he was a teenager, Christopher Cross was in the audience watching the concert for Deep Purple.
Holy
and
shit.
Richie wasn't feeling well. And the rest of the band was out there. I want to say it was a Mach 1 show, but it might have been an early Mach 2 show. So we're talking 68, 69-ish. And I want to say it was Rod. And Rod, the original singer, he goes and says, look, guys, Richie got sick. And we don't want to cancel the show. So this is a very strange thing. Can any of you guys out there play competent guitar for the night? We'll pay you. Christopher jumped up there.
Damn.
So yes. So here's your, the one time, true story, go look for it. Even Christopher brings it up in interviews.
I bet. That's one of those things, like if you live something like that, you never stop talking about it ever.
This would be a good bar bet for you people out there. But for one night in the late 1960s, Christopher Cross was the guitarist for Deep Purple. What the stupid shit you find out on the Psycho Bladder show. So to go from Deep Purple to Sailing and Ride Like the Wind and Between the Moon and New York City and all that other stuff. And he's still around.
He is. He still performs too.
I heard he's not doing very well, though. I thought so.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's what I heard not that long ago too.
Yeah.
I mean, what I heard was like around the start of the pandemic. I think he had like caught COVID. That was the last I heard, but he's still around. So I don't know how he's doing now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to. Yeah, the COVID thing that happened right. I think when he put out that new album and he was getting ready to tour, and he kind of was gun shy with people for a while after that. And I'm like,
I don't blame him.
Well, whatever happens. That song was number 1 on my birthday.
Let me see what was number 1 on mine. I think I've looked this up before, and it wasn't anything good. But
I'm trying to remember though. Okay, so when did the Arthur movie come out?
1981.
81. Okay. So would that have been one of his last hits? Because I don't really remember anything after that.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
He also was a race car driver, that's right.
Okay, the number 1 song on my birthday was Like a Virgin by Madonna. Oh, the irony.
Can you look up September 27, 1967? I want to
What
say
was that? What date?
September 27, 1967.
Did you say
I'm
22nd?
27th,
7th. Okay. And
7th, 27,
1967.
67. And if I remember
Okay.
correctly, Hello Goodbye was released around that time. So
The Letter by the Box Tops.
that was number one, huh? Okay, okay. Give me a
Interesting.
ticket for an aeroplane. They got time to take him. You know, I mean, and he sung like an old soul, and yet when he was singing the letter, he was only 15, 16 years old. I'm like, I mean,
Wow.
and it was like what he sang Soul Deep at like age 17, and I'm going, how does he have this voice that he sounds like at least a dude in his early 30s? I'm like, how do you pull that off? But so here's something that I'm going to throw up. No, not literally throw up, kids. That would be Bon Jovi CDs or Barbara Streisand. But so
Or Mickey
I
Dolenz in the 97 special wanting to be the world's first throw up band.
Oh my
You
God,
didn't even realize the joke you
that
made.
stuff that came out of the microwave, that jar. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that purple shit.
So this thing used to be super duper collectible, and then the prices have gone down on this. But I got this for a steal a
Yeah.
couple of years ago. But there was controversy attached to this, so maybe you guys know about this CD. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. The history of the Dave Clark Five. 50 songs, 2 CDs, Hollywood Records, a division of Capitol Records. Now, when this came out in the mid 90s, DC5 fans like me went nuts. We did, because sure, we had the records. One of the first songs I really loved from them, of course, was Glad All Over. Probably might have been the first DC5 song I ever remember, because I used to buy records cheap at the church resale shop, and I remember getting a copy of that album. I still am looking for a copy of the Glad All Over LP, where it's the band non-instruments. So it's a group shot. The group shot one is tougher to find. I've never come across one in all my years. But this thing here, I had such controversy attached to this thing. It was almost like pulling teeth to get Dave Clark, who owned all the masters to all the songs. Okay, so here's the front. Here's the back. Let me see if there's any photographs. Oh, there's tons of photographs. Even the CD inlays have got nice pictures. But like I said, it's a 2 CD. I kind of hate the way that they used to do this kind of stuff. But you got the crowd, of course, going nuts. And let's see here. Very thick booklet, by the way. This was very, very well researched at the time. And hang on a second. Yeah, I know malware. Be quiet. And so this, like I said, this is your cover. And then you've got, this is the back, looks like that. And then, I don't know, you got various little pictures. Which,
Nice.
like I said, this thing was very researched at the time. And of course, also at that time, all the members were alive. This would have been the best time to try to have attempted a reunion tour. There was talks. That died very quickly. And I hate to say this, you can blame Dave Clark for that. And, I mean, what can I say? Here's another nice one. But and eventually we're going to do a deep dive. I have said this. I don't know when we'll do it, but we will, and it's going to be a DC5 deep dive. But this CD, the reason why it caused controversy was because when it was released, it only was on the charts for 1 to 2 weeks and dropped.
Damn.
This thing did not sell. Then a story comes out, and I tripped on the interview. I could probably, and when I do the deep dive, we'll pull up the interview and I'll probably either read it verbatim because it's actually really interesting to read. But it had to do with the vice president of Rhino Records at the time, Harold Bronson, who we've brought him up before when I showed those picture discs from early 80s. And he said, quote, there was a shit ton of these in a warehouse that they owned, and they were sitting there. And he did not know why. And I am just like, then we find out later that for some reason, Dave Clark 5 might have been involved in all of that. And I'm like, another musician who, very clever. Is he a genius? No, but he had good business sense. And he kind of shot himself in the foot again, if you think about it. Of course, since this came out, there was a wonderful UK CD, a single CD, which is an excellent comp from English Warner, WEAA, which I have that too, somewhere. And the only difference between, this kind of thing and that is one extra song that was unreleased from 70. But let's face it. He had involvement, like I think he invested in Time the Musical.
Okay.
Because Freddie, for some reason, Freddie Mercury was like, those two were like this.
Huh.
Yeah, from like the 80s
I guess
on.
really unexpected,
and I'm
but
going,
okay.
very unexpected. But he had investments in the play chess, which of course One Night in Bangkok came off of that for that play. So chess and Time the Musical, and then he only leased the recordings. Very smart, very unusual, very groundbreaking at the time in the 60s. And so he basically said, okay. And I've never seen the contracts. I'm just going by secondhand info that basically he would cut a deal with Epic that Epic could he'd license the recordings for X amount of time, and that he would get his cut. Sukiyaki, sure. By Sakamoto. Brian from Tokyo Record Style would be proud if he was here. Kimba, hi, hon, how you doing? So the thing is that not only that, he buys the whole entire Ready, Steady, Go library, which of course puts out a Beatles volume, which, if I remember correctly, has not been re-released since. And that's why that VHS tape is very collectible. I came across one copy a few years back. They wanted $100. I said, kiss my ass.
I don't blame you. I would have too.
But I think, he needs to crank him back out again. The man is no spring chicken. We also, of course, have found out that, what's that?
Oh, wait, I'm thinking Dick Clark. Never mind.
No, believe it or not, 3/5 of DC5 are dead. You got Dave and Len, the sax player. They're the only ones left. And when they got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame in 2001, I think it was, Mike Smith would have been there too, but unfortunately died a couple weeks before the induction. Yes. So, hey, Randy, how's it going? I feel like an idiot. I didn't know that there was a PBS DC5 special. I wonder if it's on. I wonder if it's on YouTube. Homework.
Okay, look. We
I
know the
wonder. I
exact
wonder.
title of it.
I wonder. I wonder how long it lasts. Could it be 19 days? That's a bad pun. I'm sorry. But we know that two different session drummers. Two.
Do we know
They
the
say
title
Bob.
of the PBS special? Because I see
What's
one that's titled Glad All Over and Beyond from 2014. I don't know if that's it.
Maybe that is.
If it is, it's like an hour 39 minutes, so it looks like the whole thing.
Good. That'll be fun. But yeah, so Bobby Graham and I think I could be wrong on this. Clem Kennedy. I always get that name wrong, but Clem, believe it or not, would end up having. He had in his circle connections like Richie Blackmore and a few others in the. Hi. So the thing is, good to see you. So the thing is that they say that on most of the hits, it was a session drummer and not Dave. Dave did perform on the live stuff and some of the album cuts and a handful of the DC5 singles. But most of the time, it was a session drummer that only got scale. And I'm just like, and then there's, and you can watch this on YouTube because it's slightly hilarious, that they're getting ready to perform on the Ed Sullivan Show because they were on there a bunch of times. And as soon as they're going into it, they started the song. Some fuse gets tripped and the power goes out, which then you hear the backing tape. Yes, I said backing tape. You hear it go, and I'm just like, talk about a 1960s Christine Aguilera moment. You're just like, and I'm like, how do you get? So believe it or not, what would you do if something like that happened? Your band is up there, you are being watched by millions of people, and you start your hit, and then within 30 seconds, it goes, but then the lights come back on. What do? What would you do if that was your band and your situation? What would you have done?
Breathe and cry.
Yeah.
The tape came back on with the lights, and the band went right in like they didn't miss a damn thing. And I am just going, okay, all right, well, you were professional about it, but now your little secret is out. Although saying that, now we know, because they didn't tell you in the 60s, but most of the bands that were on Ed Sullivan, the only things that were live were the vocals. The rest of it was the records. Yeah.
That would explain a few things.
Yes.
A lot of them sound just like it.
Yes. So when you hear different variations of things, like I think there was a time when the Doors were on a TV special, and it sounded live because it didn't quite sound like the record. It was a little bit different. And I'm going, maybe this is live, or it could have been an alternate take that was borrowed from
lip synced on some TV shows.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe not.
I can't remember if it was Touch Me or Break On Through to the Otter Slide. That's how I sing it. That's how I sing it when it comes on the radio. Because some stupid Facebook meme, and it said,
and now you can't see it ever again.
Yeah, and it said break on through, and you need to see this otter on a water slide, and it's so cute. And I was laughing my ass off. So I'm like, it was on the radio yesterday, and I just like cranked it up. It's like, do 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 do. To the otter slide. By the way,
new Andrew Sandoval book just up for pre-order. The Monkees' Smoke-Filled Dreams. 3 editions, as usual. The regular edition, $75, but it's an over 500-page book, to be fair.
Right. And I feel bad.
The deluxe edition is $175,
Yeah,
and then
I'll take I'll take the 75.
$275, which
That
is still
is
cheaper than the first one he did.
right. And the Monkeys at Sandoval, I've got that. I paid the 75 version, but it came really nice.
But yeah,
I got to
read the
admit, their
super deluxe
packaging
of
was
that one.
beautiful. But I feel bad. I still, because of my money
Talking about
situation,
the Mickey one.
I haven't gotten the Mickey one, and I want it. I've seen some
Yeah,
really
I
good
haven't either
pictures.
yet.
I've seen some great pictures from that book. Man,
Well,
some
they
things
still
I've never
have-
seen before.
They have the regular edition and the super deluxe. I guess they sold out of the regular deluxe, so one extreme or the other, take your pick.
Mm.
But there's still the 3 of the brand new one that just went up like within the past 5 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, I just saw it go through.
Oh boy. So he's
that comment.
the booger police.
When I got this clunked down over 5K on this, I would be doing it right now, but I cannot justify that with a clear conscience.
Oh yeah, I fucked that up, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't Christina. I don't know why I fucked Christina Aguilera. You're right. It's Ashley Simpson. I fucked that up. Sorry, people.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm bad. Sorry, Damon. You got me on that one. The Wrecking Crew did play on most people's hits, and you see that's the reason why. I just that. Oh my God! It just how hypocritical of back in 1966 the media. Well, the Monkeys don't play on their. Yeah. Well, guess what? The Byrds, Beach Boys, anybody else did the same damn Wrecking Crew shit, and you can't. I mean, it's like how
even the Beatles did. So
yeah. So how the Monkeys are the crucified ones in this, and I'm just like because they were a manufactured band, so they wanted to go and try to take them down a couple pegs, but instead it pissed them off even more, and they excelled. Yes,
and of course, because you said manufactured image, all I've got is the Diddy Diego war chant going through my head now.
Oh my God, Diddy Diego. Were you live last night around 1:15
Do I
Eastern
dare
time? Yes.
doing it while a little bit buzzed? I don't know.
We had a huge storm roll through, and I thought I looked at my phone and you guys were live. You're right. Normally, I am not live at that late at night, Randy. We were on from about 10:30 p.m. Central Standard to about 1:30 in the morning. Wednesday, Central Standard. You're right. Yep, I was up late, and I paid for it for most of this day. But
I took a weed nap too. Don't feel bad.
Yes, you and your Justice League.
Yeah. Hey, Paul, I have the Billboard Book of Top 40 Hits. Christopher Cross had three more top 40 hits in '83. And that was it.
Yeah.
No shit, huh?
The last one's one.
Yeah. Because I remember I was
83.
Casey Kasem Top 40 back then too. So
I'm Casey Kasem, but poor Casey.
Oh yeah.
Look at where's that?
Robert Smith.
Oh,
Robert Smith.
There was some nice pictures though. I can't. Who the hell was? I'm subscribed to so many YouTube VC channels, but there was some London. There was some England pics, and there was a big group pic, and DD was in a couple of them with Maz and a few others.
Oh, yeah, Norman Maslow,
6-inch pianist, and yeah. So
you at least enunciate that name. Everyone else I've heard mention it has not, and I've had to laugh my ass off every single time.
6-inch penis.
Yeah.
Well, people out there, don't worry about it. Mine's more than that. But the point is that oh boy. So I got notified by YouTube early this morning after the broadcast.
Yeah.
Not that it really matters, but they decided that they weren't going to monetize last night because of Baby Blue.
Lame. Damn it, Melody.
Fact, by the way, Mello. Fact. I thought I clipped Baby Blue enough. It wasn't. And they're like, we got you for this one, bastard, but you're not going to get a strike. Well, no shit.
Yeah, you're not going to get it straight. It's just an acknowledgement. They're just saying
But he can't monetize
and
it.
I can't that video will not be monetized. That's what they told me because and you were even playing the whole fucking song.
No
And I
doubt.
clipped you every so often, and I still got. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, hey, Mello, since you're here.
No, wait. They're saying that they just don't want no playing of music at all.
Well, you know what? They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Okay.
you enjoy, I mean, like, as far as monetizing, how much do you really gain off of the monetizing from the video?
I just started, so I couldn't answer you that.
You know what I mean? Like,
And
like
it fluctuates.
it's not going to prevent you from getting super chats.
Well,
right?
No, it shouldn't. And
Prevent you from getting
Super
subscribers.
Chat separates the normal ad
I have-
revenue when it's played back.
I have kindly made.
Yeah, that's micro sense, really, when you talk.
I'm just throwing this out there. This is not a bragging point, people. I have made more, a little bit more money on the super chats than I have on the damn ads. So I really don't care. I just like when you people feel like you want to donate because then it goes towards episodes. So the records for Jukebox from Hell, future episodes. I am looking into some better equipment, but I don't know when we're going to do that. And I said this to Jen, but I'll tell you two if you haven't heard it, that September 4th, we're locking in the date for the interview.
Oh, cool.
You know who I'm talking about. We're not mentioning it right now.
Yeah,
But,
no, I know.
so, yes. So over the weekend, we're supposed to nail a time down. So it could be a very unusual timed episode that day. And yeah, I'll go live. I'll go live with it. And, yeah. So we'll have some fun on that.
I enjoy playing on the show. I don't want to cause you like grief, and stuff over it.
I don't mind you playing. I have no problem with that. But
I got a song from yesterday that literally you mentioned, and it's been stuck in my head. I literally had to learn the song because you just mentioned
Life?
it was. Yeah, I was just gonna say it wasn't Glamorous Life, was it?
No, you'll know when I play it.
I'm like, damn it!
This just took a title, and then it started playing in my head.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
I haven't heard the song in so long, and you mentioned it, and when I play it, it's gonna come right back to you.
So now I have a fucked up conglomeration of Glamorous Life, but also with the Diddy Diego over it. And I'm like, I hate my damn ADD. Jesus Christ.
You know what song used to get stuck in my head? I hear it at Great Adventure, or I hear it in the supermarket. I'll never get over you, getting over me.
Expose. I remember.
Yeah, that song. I mean, instantly in your head.
You getting over me? Yeah.
So around this area, like I said, we have musicians that like to come and live around here, but I don't think this one lives around here. Well, no, actually, this lady, and I'm sorry, I don't know her name right off the bat, and it turned out that she only ended up on the Christmas album and a couple singles. She was in En Vogue, but she was not one of the three. She was one of the four. They used to have four members.
Yeah.
And she was one of them. Well, I didn't get to meet this lady, but I know people that were musicians and did. And she was so diva-like. And I'm going diva-like, even though you only were on a Christmas album and maybe 2 tours. 2. And I'm going.
How big that song went.
What's that?
Was it Mariah Carey?
No, it was not Mariah Carey. I don't know. I cannot remember the fourth member of En Vogue, because there was several different members of En Vogue. That was the fourth.
That's really easy.
But I don't know. Mello D sounds like he's in a tube.
I turn it. That was better.
Mr. D. Dancing with Mr. D.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir.
En Vogue, I have the book of top 40 hits. En Vogue, Terry Ellis, Don Robinson, Cindy Herron, and Maxine Jones were the main 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I said, I don't remember the name. I've got that album. That's a very good album.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, I mean that was actually I think I have almost all of them, but that was the last DC5 that I picked up at a very nice price too. The only one I think there's only one American release I'm missing, other than that knockoff Chiquita on Crown that they did.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, well, it was such a weird history though, Dave, because originally that was like one of their first 45s on Congress of all things. And the only people I know that ever were on Congress was like Shirley Ellis, the name game, and I want to say Elton had an early single on Congress, like before he even was big. And I'm like,
what was that word you said?
Odd.
You said Chiquita, or what is it?
Chiquita.
Isn't that an ABBA song too?
That's a little spelled a little pronounced a little different.
That's right.
They're also, yeah, it's an ABBA song. Well, there is one with that. Aerosmith did a good tune, Chiquita, from Night in the Ruts in '79. That's like one of my favorite songs off of Night in the Ruts, which is a half OG album with everybody. Which speaking of that, it now seems like, and I'm only hearing whispers now that Aerosmith is pretty much toast as far as for live is concerned. That when Alice is done with the tour, supposedly he'll take a small break, and in 25 possibly they will be working on a new Hollywood Vampires album. So I don't know, what would that make it, three albums that would make it, if that. So yes, so we'll probably have at least another Hollywood Vampire album.
Johnny Depp's got to do something, he's got to have something.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah. Mello, do you have a Christmas album? Mello D's Christmas album.
I have a Christmas song. I guess gotta finish it, I can make a video for it, really.
K-Hell's Christmas hits.
This is the time I should be working on it, because every time, literally for I've had this song 20 years, and every year Christmas comes by and I say, damn, I forgot my Christmas song. And then it's like, you got to work on it really now. So I'm glad he
mentioned early.
I'll be working on now.
Is the song called I'll Jingle Ball You for Christmas?
No.
You can use that if you want for free. I will just give you a slight go right.
It's called Christmas Way.
It almost sounds like a bad blues tune. I'll jingle ball you for Christmas, baby. Oh my God. It's real shiny. It's really big. It on your tree. I'll jingle ball you. I'll jingle ball you for Christmas, baby. I'll be your silent night.
I like that.
All through the night. I'll jingle ball you, baby.
That's funny. You
never know what you're going to hear on this damn show.
Mello now needs to make that.
Yeah, he's in the VC Justice League. I now put him in the alerts.
Okay,
Ohio Gozamasu. Ohio Gozamasu. I don't know. I'm fucking it up. I know that. Anyways, good morning from over where you're at. Hi, Brian. Hey, Brian. Everybody, Brian. But yes, Jingle Ball You for Christmas. That'll be the next Melody single coming out between now and December on K-Hell's greatest Christmas hits.
Wasn't there that one Paul McCartney parody that was like
oh my God, I love that one. Oh God, I love that. I love that. I love that.
I don't see that now. I love playing that song. Nobody plays that song. There ain't no bands that play that song. Literally, I blow people's mind when I pull out Wonderful Christmas Time. They can't believe somebody's.
Oh no! That's not what we're talking about.
No, I know you're talking about a parody.
It's what the hell is his name? Because he does the Ringo interview. They're doing the Ringo interview. What is it?
That's his name. It's Peter Serafinowicz.
Yes. They do a whole bunch of little parodies.
Look up the entire Ringo Remember series. There's a bunch of them, and they are perfect. My favorite one, of course, is them asking Ringo to write a James Bond theme soon. And it's so stupid,
yes.
But it seems like something that would have actually fucking existed. I have to respect it. And it randomly gets stuck in my head out of nowhere, and I'll be like,
right?
realize what I'm humming at first until it gets to that middle part. I'm just like, something. It's his favorite finger. And I'm like, oh, God damn it.
That's it. And he's just like, and I'm just like, oh my God, I can see this. I can see this. And then, like all of them, well, let's go up to the roof and we'll go on the toilet. And I'm like, what the fuck is this?
To the toilet.
And I'm like, what?
Oh my God. I'll have to watch it.
And then the
like
John Lennon imagine.
Different videos, but they're so good.
But yeah, he's interviewed. He's
I missed all this, but man, that's a whole.
And then the fact that Sarah Fenwick ended up co-starring in one of Will Arnett's shows, I was like, oh my God, it's the Ringo Remembers guy.
Wow. You know, the funniest Ringo story I've ever heard. It's hysterical. I heard from honestly, I think it's in the anthology but I mean, literally, it makes me almost tear up laughing just to think that when they were writing, with a little help from my friends, the original lines were going to be, what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and throw tomatoes at me? And Ringo, I'm not going to have the line where they say, throw tomatoes at me. No. And I just picture people throwing.
This wasn't the anthology. This was VH1 Storytellers, by the way. I know what story you're referencing.
The most funniest story, because I could just picture them like they were probably snickering right in the line. What can you do?
Yeah, just like they were when they were trying to see if they could get Ringo to sing the stupidest song in the world, and it was Yellow Submarine, and little did they know it would give him a freaking career.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah, George taking bets on this one.
Could you imagine though, okay, so they put the tomato line and it's in there, and it's in. So when he goes back out with the All-Star Band, and he has to sing this fucker, and there's people, because this is the 80s, there wasn't that good on security screening. People would throw fucking tomatoes at him.
He was afraid
when he gets to that line.
That's what he was picturing. So he's thinking of thanks, John and Paul. You want people to what are you saying about here?
Somebody's like a baseball pitcher, and he's really good and accurate, and he fucking hits the bass drum, and it bounces back like that Guns N' Roses story.
I just thought that was one of the funniest stories I ever heard them hit Ringo say. I was like, man, that's bald.
Yeah, I didn't that one either.
It's funny to think that.
Apparently, even if Mello did do the song, it would not be the first Dirty Christmas song. Apparently, this is a whole genre that I did not know existed.
There are.
There's so many of them.
There really are.
Grandma got impregnated by a reindeer.
Oh my God. Okay, so fine. I would change the lyrics to I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus too.
I saw Mommy fucking Santa Claus, the first one that comes up.
Either effing or sucking. It's one of the two. You just can interchange it.
It's effing.
Bob Rivers does one called I Saw Daddy Kissing Santa Claus. It's
my God.
I've heard about
I think that was on a Dr. Demento CD I had growing up, actually.
And literally, the end of the song was that it was Mommy in the Santa suit.
Bob Rivers.
Too funny. Oh, no.
He does a whole bunch,
all these
Police Stop My Car. He makes it sound like Mexicans getting...
Police got my car, yes.
Hysterical.
Oh, God.
Another dirty version of Jingle Bell Rock. I'm not even going to say what that one is.
Jingle Bell Rock, I see it. It's right here.
Or they do the I'm Slim Santa, where instead of I'm Slim Shady, I'm Slim Santa. It's hysterical. Oh, my God. You got to hear that one. That one is Hey, I still got these lyrics, too. I've been waiting to do for you.
Oh yeah, let's continue the game from last night.
Yeah, now that my brain is actually functional.
Anybody that was actually here last night, we started playing a game of song lyrics, and you have to figure out the band and the song.
I didn't even know the game was happening.
If I said I like my girls a little bit older, what song is that from?
Oh God,
that sounds familiar.
Not a clue.
I even said it last night. It was the last thing I started even singing it because I was just. Use your brain dead.
Certainly not Anthony Kiedis.
Right on the tip of my tongue. That song.
You know what? Like I was a little bit older.
I think I know what that one is.
It's a lyric from Little Hummer Boy.
Nope.
No.
That's
You know what? Like my girl's a little bit older.
See, I know.
God, I should know this.
Sometimes
I
I
thought
do.
I was more awake than this morning, but obviously I'm not.
You know, I like my girls just a little bit older. Na, 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 na.
Well, given that we've probably already gotten this demonetized anyway, here, I'll send you a link you can show on the show because it's so fun.
Trucker. Oh.
I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Okay, outfield.
Yeah.
All right.
I sent it to you on Messenger. Do it. You know you want to.
Yay.
Didn't know how lost I was till I
Thank
found
you.
you.
Uh,
Didn't know how lost I was until I found you.
God, I am not having a good time on this one. Usually I'd be like,
You know the song.
You fall in the
but I'm
same
glad people out
Right,
there.
it's a female. I'm surprised Jenny ain't picking up on
See,
it.
people out there are playing.
What?
She's actually sang it before our karaoke too.
That's the worst part. I'm like, I have no clue.
Didn't know how lost until I found you.
It's not Whitley Houston, is it?
I would share.
Nope.
No?
No Cher, no
Who-
Whitley. So it wasn't on Whitney's Underwater album that she did
No, I've never
before
covered
she
Whitney.
died.
Oh.
I'm glad you got that, Dave. I'm glad you got that. I'll probably go to hell for that one too.
Yeah.
Trust me, it's made worse. There's always the famous, what was John Lennon's last hit? The Pavement. So, I mean.
No, that was Madonna, like a virgin.
Oh, okay. You're right. Oh, yeah, I hear it now.
I was incomplete. Easy, ready, willing, overtime.
That sounds familiar. I know what that song is.
Easy, ready, willing, overtime.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Taking Care of Business, BTO.
Nope.
No, that sounds like something.
Easy, ready, willing, overtime.
Is he really willing?
Trying to tip my tongue, but I can't think of the artist.
Easy, ready, willing, overtime.
Sound like a virgin.
When you draw the line.
Now I'm just thinking of really bad song parody skin that I'm randomly remembering that I wrote years ago.
Move my body and lock my soul.
I'm surprised I didn't get fired from Townsend for one that I did of Squeezebox right after Entwistle died. I sang it on the show to his. I'm amazed I didn't get fired for it. Johnny's in a pine box.
can't go for that.
He died in Vegas after a painted chest, and they're embalming all night just to make him look right. Johnny's in a pine box. They left him in the morgue last night. I was all of 17 and very edgy and thought I was so cool, and now I'm like, I'm a monster.
Hall and Oates is what
Hall and
Lucky's
Oates.
guessing.
That's
And
what it
by
was.
the way,
I can't go for that.
yeah, that's now that you said Daryl Hall. Something's wrong health wise with him. He had to
I heard
stop a
something about
concert.
that.
So even though right now I'm not a big fan of him personally, prayers go out to Daryl Hall. Hopefully,
I can't go for that. No can do. That's what it.
That's what it is. Caught up in the action, I'll be looking out for you. Caught up in the action, I'll be looking out for you.
Oh, shoot, I know what that was. Oh, damn it. I used to
Can you feel it, baby? Can you feel it, baby? Can you feel it? Caught up in the action, I'll be looking out for you.
Baby.
Another one I should know. I know what it is, but I can't.
Caught up in the
Oh,
action.
he had Lyme disease before. Oh, jeez, that's no fun. I've heard it. I had a friend that had Lyme disease.
I cheat and type in the lyrics.
That was
I heard
the
Lyme
heat is on.
disease is better. Oh, look. Okay, Nathan got it. The heat is on from Glenn Fry.
Design, yeah, that's it.
Oh, the heat is on. Jeez. Yeah.
An invisible man sleeping in your bed.
Just say that again, please.
Ghostbusters.
Oh,
That's right. An invisible man sleeping in your bed.
Da, 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 da. Goat fuckers. Do, do. I ain't fucking no goats. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do.
But sometime, somewhere, when you're curious, I'll be back around.
Oh shit! I know.
Oh. I can,
Say it again.
But sometime, somewhere, when you're curious, I'll be back around.
right.
That's when I know, but I can't.
Cars, you might think.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I had to pull that.
Oh, mother dear, we're not the fortunate ones.
Shoot.
Girls just
Oh,
want to have
yeah.
fun.
I knew Jen would get that.
What was that?
Cindy Lauper.
Girls
Cindy
just want
Lauper.
to have fun.
Yes.
The fortunate ones.
Girls just want to have fun. Yeah.
I got one
Because
point.
girls just want to get fucked.
Yeah, we do.
Girls just
And
wanna-
incidents arose from circumstance.
Oh, yes.
And incidents arose
Yes.
from circumstance. It's a mind fuck when you know it. You can kind of like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's one of those things
And
that's
then
like right on the tip of my
road-
tongue. I'm like, God dang it! I know it. I'm gonna feel so stupid the second I hear it.
I was ashamed of myself. I should know these things a lot quicker.
I should too.
Me too, Paul. Yeah.
Like radio stations do some of these. That's why I think this came from a radio station where they would do it for prizes.
See, I would have done that too. I'd be like, all right, everybody. Actually, you know what? There was a station in DeKalb that did that. And the one that really I kicked myself for, the lyric was, so me and the radical priest, I can't remember the whole fucking line, but it turned out it was me and Julio down by the schoolyard by Paul Simon. And I'm like, son of a bitch. We were on the cover of the Story Newsweek. That's what it was. That was the rest of the lyric.
That was heat of the moment.
See, Terry and Nathan got that.
Go.
Nathan got that.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
I'm so excited.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Pointer Sisters. Very good.
I got one. Fast.
We are strong. No one can tell us we're wrong.
Pat Benatar. We belong.
Oh,
No, wait. Love is a cattle field.
It was the battlefield, right?
Out on the road today, I saw a Deadhead sticker.
Boys
Don
of Summer.
Henley.
The Boys of Summer.
Mhm.
I got two.
That's it.
Ladies and
You're getting
gentlemen,
really
the
good.
great song lyric guess game. That's
Yeah.
fun. We need more of those down the line.
That is fun.
Just keeping track of the tallies at home of who has how many points.
They gave you life, and in return, you gave them hell.
Okay. That's another one I know. I've heard
They
before.
gave you life, and in return, they gave you hell.
My mind's gone.
Say by the
If black and white, you know you got a story to tell.
It's not Ebony Ivory.
No. But I've heard this.
Yes.
Me too. Excuse me.
They gave you life. I can't sing the next part. It'll give you it right away.
Oh,
My God.
And in return, they
people watching.
Yeah,
They
no shit.
gave you life, and in return, they.
Nathan says hell is for children.
No.
Oh.
That's Pat
They
Benatar.
gave you life, and in return, they gave you
Randy had
hell.
that Tears for Fears.
That's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, shout.
Shout.
Shout. Shout. Jeez. I have that song.
That Randy got that. Ding.
I am the maker of rules dealing with fools.
Oh, shit. That's another one I've heard. Jeez.
I am the maker of rules dealing with fools.
Oh, Eye in the Sky. Alan Parsons.
Yes.
Oh,
Alan
damn.
Parsons.
Took me a while. I told you I'd get for you.
Can't get food for the king.
Oh, shoot. It's another one. Can't get food for the
king.
Can't get food for the king.
damn it. I know that one.
We gonna.
Oh, Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant.
Oh,
Right
that,
there.
that's
Step
the
on a
guy.
crack, break your mama's back.
Whip it, Devo.
Yep,
Damn
that's
it.
right. That was an easy one.
Right,
That's
is
an-
all of a sudden it was clear. I was like, ah, he got it first.
James says he'll take curtain number 2.
Too. Yeah,
Kimber says she don't do 80s much.
I do.
Her
That's
hair
what I was-
reminds me of a warm, safe place.
Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine.
Exactly. Wow, that one's good. You like the sun chasing all the rain away.
That's not Katrina and the wave shit is shitting out sunshine, is it?
No,
Shitting out sunshine.
I don't know the song to even reference it, like and sing it. It's Always by Atlantic Star.
Shit feels good.
I remember Always. Yeah, Blank Star.
What was that?
That was a popular song. Always.
Oh,
Always.
Everyone you meet, they're dancing in the street.
That one
Is
I
it just
know.
dancing in the street?
Everyone you meet, they're dancing in the street. Everyone you meet.
what is this? I bet Lucky's going. I've been thinking about our fortune, and I've decided that we're really not to blame, for the love that's deep inside us now is still the same. Everybody's coming up with interesting stuff today.
Everyone you meet, there's dancing in the street.
Oh, All Night Long, Lionel Richie.
Oh,
That's it.
see, I knew. Alan Richie, yeah.
I'm not
Oh, see, Randy
internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone.
Oh, that's a rap. Is that a rap song?
What was that again?
I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock a microphone.
Oh,
It's a rap song.
yeah. Is it Run DMC? LL
No,
Cool
Rob-
J? Slim
Rob
Shady?
Bass.
Oh,
Every time I see you falling, I get down on my knees and pray.
Oh, Bizarre Love Triangle. Bizarre Love Triangle.
Yes, you got it. Dave.
So yeah, I know something.
We'll take your car. Yes, we will. We'll take your car and drive it.
And
Jay
go
Giles
to a motel,
Centerfold.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
your
go-
car. Take your will. Take.
and then go to a motel or something. Yeah, centerfold.
I said to my reflection, "Let's get out of this place."
Oh, God.
That's another one. Probably. No.
Hotel
I
California?
heard this the other day, that damn song.
These are 80 songs. 19.
Yeah.
This is I'm failing out of them.
I said to my reflection, "Let's get out of this place." It's right there.
Okay, good. Nathan and Terry got it. Squeezed. Tempted by the fruit of another.
The
Yeah.
5
Oasis
years
lyrics.
the 5 years we had been such good times.
Oh my God, you're pulling good ones here, bud. I'll tell you that.
I think this again a radio station thing. This is a whole
Yeah.
list.
Shit.
5 years we had been such good times.
Still love you.
I still love you. He's getting it.
Damn.
5 years that we have been in such good times.
Oh,
I
don't
still-
you want me, baby?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And Randy says Oasis sucks.
Well, they sort of. No.
You in that dress, my thoughts I confess. Verge on dirty.
You in the dress.
It's probably one.
80s. Think it's the one hit wonder, probably.
Human leg.
Takes two.
Yeah, Nathan.
You in that dress, my thoughts I confess. Verge on dirty.
Oh boy.
Give me another clue. No.
You in that dress.
Come on, Eileen. Someone said, "Come on."
Oh, okay.
Terry said
Dexy's
something.
Midnight Rider. Yeah, see, Terry, come. You guys are good out there.
Write it
Yeah,
on a pound note.
What?
Would you?
Write it on a pound note.
Oh,
That one.
oh my God.
Excuse me.
I know.
Yeah, yeah.
Right
Save
down
it.
a pound note.
Yeah, I know. I can hear it in my head. I'm like, what?
I'll let you guys guess.
Oh.
I think I can.
Da 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 da.
Not Footloose, is it?
Oh, Star Trekker says Adamant.
Yes.
Ah, that's
Appreciate
right.
it.
Okay, here you
Drink,
go.
don't smoke. What's the goody to the don't drink?
He said
Damn.
Adamant. I knew it was good too.
I like Adam, man.
Well, that's
But I
Andy.
forgot about that one. Marco was his saving grace. What a guitar player.
An invisible man sleeping in your bed.
We said Ghostbusters, didn't we?
Oh yeah, we did that one.
We did that one.
Repeat it one more time.
Man sleeping in your bed.
There's an invisible man sleeping in your bed. He got it.
You can
Fuckers.
call Ghostbusters.
You always live your life never thinking of the future. You always live your life never thinking of the future.
I probably should know this because that sounds really familiar.
Damn.
You always live your life never thinking of the future.
You almost sound like a Dalek when you're saying that. Exterminate. Exterminate.
If I say the first line before, you get it right away.
Uh-oh.
You always live your life never
Is
think.
it Radio Kill or Video Killed the Radio Star?
No, but close.
Joe
enough.
Walsh, Trekker saying. James says, I'll take song lyrics for 200, Alex.
Yeah.
Move yourself.
Oh, Roundabout.
The owner of a lonely heart.
Yeah, it's the rhyme right after move yourself. You always live your life never thinking of the future.
Oh, and of course, yeah. Whenever,
At least got the band right at that point. But
Now we're sharing the same dreams. Our hearts can beat as one.
hearts can be as one. That's the key.
Now we're sharing the same dreams, and our hearts can beat as one.
That's should know that one.
It's in the chorus. I'll even say that. You've sang it a million times. You've heard it a million times too.
And Andy says two of heart. Andy says two of hearts in the chat gallery.
Nope. Now we're sharing the same dream, and our hearts can beat as one. No more love on the run.
Oh. Yeah, Caribbean Queen, Billy Ocean.
Caribbean
I
Queen.
hate to do this to you guys.
Same dream.
I'm gonna have to cut this because I have a family thing I have to deal with. I didn't know this till I just looked. And so everybody, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being on. I know it's a little over 2 hours today. We had some fun. We had 21 people in this room here for Guess the Song lyrics. And you know what?
Cool.
I would like to do this every so often because
we'll do
that
it
is fun. Yes, I'll take a small cone with sprinkles. James. So you can have my sprinkles, James. For some reason, I never really cared for sprinkles on ice cream. All right, until Saturday.
Okay.
Always proud of my coffee each and every time. I appreciate everybody that was here tonight. I love you guys as always. You guys help so much
Love you too,
in
Paul.
the vinyl therapy for one and all.